They say it's not rocket science. Well, this is the real thing.
Welcome to the Rocket Science Podcast. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Jack.
Today, we're going to talk about one of the most trendy topic among youth, social media.
Oh, it's going to be a very interesting topic.
Yeah, precisely. There's a wide range of social media, but we're going to narrow it down into a specific topic, which is...
It's freedom of speech quietly controlled by algorithms.
Ooh, algorithms. I like where this is going.
Yeah, exactly. So, have you ever feel like you scroll on the phone and you use social media too much and then you can't even notice how much the time passed?
Yeah, actually, I have several experiences about scrolling phone too much because, use a lot of my time in social media using phone, and it makes me feel like sometimes, I couldn't even notice how time just goes by, because when I finish using phone, it's just like I haven't finished anything that I have to do. That's quite annoying sometimes. And I've been noticing that a long time ago, and now I think it's time to quit.
Maybe not quitting permanently, actually. Maybe reducing the time may be a really good idea. For me, it's like, I think the social media, it depends on what's your preference about which application would you prefer. Like for me, it's like in Facebook, I can stop wherever I want. But on Instagram, it's a very, very different thing. Literally drawing attention to me very much, because the reels I've been showing that is really interesting to me, especially about my interests as well. And I can't just stop scrolling on Instagram. I send the reels to friends as well. I watch the comments as well. It's more engaging than Facebook for me. So sometimes the time passes very fast when I'm watching the Instagram. I can't even notice the time. But I think it's sometimes when you narrow it down a little bit, our time of using social media.
Yeah, you're right. For me, I think it's for you, it's great that you use Instagram. Back in the time, I use TikTok. That platform is, influencing over me. And I was quite addicted to using TikTok. And then later on, I started asking myself questions like, is it even necessary to use TikTok all the time, by just ignoring all the other stuff that you have to do? And I was like, okay, that's not good. I just made up my mind and I deleted TikTok. Ever since, I felt better than before. And then it's not that easy for me to do because there are so many other platforms that can make me addicted. So like you, I also use Instagram. I move forward to use Instagram, and that platform is also, a bit too much for me to handle because it's quite interesting. There's so many interesting reels, funny reels, and trendy. And when you follow those trends and when you start scrolling those Instagram, you can just stop scrolling. It's really funny sometimes because, even though you can't scroll it too much because your body is asking you to stop because you're getting tired. But your mind just can't stop because it's drawing your attention toward the platform. So I think it's common in today's youth because we're living in the social media wars and technology wars. I think it's kind of normal, but yeah, I think I agree on you because we need to reduce a little bit in using social medias.
Yeah, probably. But the thing about TikTok, as you mentioned before, is like, for me personally, I've never used this TikTok before. I've learned about many things about TikTok, about the privacy concerns as well, and the worst algorithm actually. It has the enormous impact on many people, many youths, especially in Myanmar, who has been using TikTok, has been mostly in a negative impact actually. So I have never used TikTok before, so because of those reasons, we're going to talk about a little bit more information about TikTok in a later episode. First of all, the thing right now, we're going to talk about the algorithms. So in social media, the main purpose of the algorithm is to keep users on the platform more longer and longer, show the content what they're most likely to trigger interaction, watch hours, and the users' reactions on a single post or on a single reels or something like that. And then they personalize each user's feed. Every user have their own personalized feed based on their preferences and based on what they like and what they like to see. Then the next thing about algorithm is like they engage the signals, the likes and comments, the shares and the saves as well. And then the watch time, how many times you watch a single video or how many times you replay the video as well. And the interaction as well. Do you follow the account or did you save this video or something like that? Or you search it? Or they use its algorithm to search as well. And so they use a hashtag, they use keywords as well. So it's like, it's easy for the companies, for the social media platforms to track our daily activities to what we like. what would the preference are, and then they draw attention to keep on showing what we like, and then keep on like entertaining us, make us stay longer and longer on the phone.
Yeah, it's like stealing your data without you even noticing, because I have experience about that. Because one time I kept playing one video several times because I really like it, and then when I scroll the next, it just keeps showing me the relatable reels that I have already watched before. So I think, yeah, that's how algorithms works. And I was a bit terrified after knowing about the algorithm, because if you can control yourself, then it might lead you to the negative impact, dangerous things or dangerous areas. It also depends on what you watch. If you prefer to like dancing or to like sports, and then your algorithms will keep showing you about those things that you prefer. So I think it's very important for us to be careful what we would look for or what we watch in social medias.
Yeah, there's also another interesting thing about how the content of each video and each post is distributed to the audience. First step, they use like the initial testing. When the content is posted, they run a small test to the audience. Maybe the new accounts or something, the new user to the platform, or maybe the old user as well. They showed a small test or to audience, and then they measure the algorithm's performance by like how long the people watch, how they in likes or comments or shares, or like how they interact, and then whether they scroll away quickly or not. If they scroll away more, they won't show that single reel to many people anymore. If they watch more than one time, more than two times in a single video, they show it to a wider audience. That's what is called high-performance content. That's what the algorithms define. For the high-performance content, they push to a wider range of audience. To have the higher performance content, you have to watch it over and over again, maybe, and then you have to do it. They have to like, and they have to comment a lot of things in a single video. So that become the high-performance content, which can reach to wider audience. But for the low-performance content, the people don't interact very much in that single video or reels. So it just stop being distributed. I think it's mostly about the people interaction. They mostly measure only the people interaction, not about the quality of the content. They don't care about, the algorithm doesn't care how much time you put into this single video. How much time do you give you in your team? You gotta edit this single video, or you gotta speak, you gotta talk, you gotta record that as well. They don't care about that. They care about how much people watch, how much hours the people watch, how many people share or likes and comments like that. So it's like, I think sometimes it's reduce the people's content creation quality to make it more into a trendy topics.
Yeah, actually, that's right. That's correct too. There's another thing about social media is also like, it is using youth, draining mentally, youth mind. I think it is very, tiring, because it's like a trap. In social media, it's like a trap. For the youth, they can just stop using, and then it becomes like a drag. If you watch Stranger Things, you might know, I would like to compare social media like a mind flayer, because that thing is always controlling people's minds, and, will make you stay away from the people you love. After that, it will completely control over you. It's like a shadow monster, It's very dangerous. And for that, I think for the youth, it's not a safe place. Social media is not a safe place, because if you prefer high quality content, or whether you prefer, the other stuff, it's not really important, or it doesn't really care about what you like. It will only show you what they want you to see. So yeah, I really don't like about that algorithm. It's scary for me.
Yeah. In the algorithm, I think it's different for many social media platforms. Like, for example, for TikTok, they use watch time and replays and completion rate. And for Instagram, they use saves and the shares and the comments. And for the YouTube, they use watch time and section duration of the single video. For the Facebook, it's mostly about the interaction and comments and shares like that, stuff like that. For me, in my personal experience, I've dealt with many of the algorithms of these things, except for the TikTok, of course. I deal with the YouTube. For the first time I use YouTube, I watched the many things that I like about YouTube as well. I watch videos I like, I skip the videos I don't like, but sometimes it continues showing me the videos I don't like. Even after I scroll away those videos, it just keeps showing me. But I just kept scrolling away, and then after time, it just disappears. Only the videos I like is still on the platform. But for the TikTok, it's a different matter. They are drawing attention of the people. Even the audience is seeing what they don't like. They just show the content of the single people, what they don't like. If I don't like this single reel, I just skip it. And then in the TikTok, they just keep showing the thing I don't like as well. So that's why I don't use very much. I can't control the algorithms. But in the YouTube and the Instagram, I can control. I definitely can control that. I can control to what I like, what I don't like. But in TikTok, it's a different story. and mostly I can't control. In TikTok, the algorithm is actually it's very smart. First of all, is that there's so many nonsense videos on internet, right? First of all, if you watch the 100% nonsense video, you'll see like this is completely nonsense. It's bullshit. And then the TikTok show you the 10% nonsense first. Then for the 10%, you can accept it. Wow, this is funny. It's still a little bit nonsense, but I can accept it. It's 10%. And then 20% comes in. You start to like it a little bit. Wow, then the 50% comes in, and then you start to like nonsense more and more, and then it's continues to show, and then the level goes up, and 50 to 100% nonsense starts to make you feel like this 100% nonsense is not nonsense anymore. It's what you like. If you like this thing, and the TikTok draws you to like this 100% nonsense. Before you watch those percentage before, you can't even watch that 100% nonsense. It's bullshit. You say like that. But after you watch those from 10% to 50% to 70% to 100%, you start to like everything. You start to like everything anymore. So that's why they manipulate our mind into liking these things that should not be likable, real.
Yeah, it's like, what I remember when you talk about these nonsense things, I think social media is like a fast food, in real life, because the more you eat fast food and the worse your health becomes. So I think it's very similar to the social medias because they're feeding you, those kind of nonsense things, putting those nonsense things inside your mind and make you feel like a stupid person, a dumb person. And it is also very related with the medical perspective, when you keep using the phone the whole time and your brain can't make the functioning properly and you can't think properly in real stuff. You start losing your focus and losing your concentration on the main thing that you have to do. So yeah, maybe later, next time you need to reduce your eating fast food and just, consume the better quality things, and that will make your brain more functional.
Well, actually, it's not only about the fast food. You actually need to do exercise as well to make it more healthy, right?
Yeah, sure, yeah, of course. How about you just go to gym or, sometime?
Yeah, it's actually a good idea to go to the gym. It's not only about the thing you eat, it's about your daily activity and daily function as well.
Yeah, but social media, you can also watch, very positive content like that will help your daily life, But, you just motivate yourself and you just watch a reel. Like, let's say you just watch a exercising reel. You just like, oh, I like this and I will do it later. You just keep procrastinating, but you're not progressing. You're just, how do you say that?
Pushing back the date.
Yeah, pushing back to the day. So it's like, so don't do that, right? When you have already determined that you're gonna do this, just do it, okay? Just don't let social media disrupt your daily routines. That's very important.
Yeah, probably. So the nice thing about social media is like the trends, The trends are important thing to why the people keep on the social media. They use trends, right? For example, it's like the trends are mostly invented by the youths and the young people as well. But I think most trends are like mostly they draw attention to a negative impact. Like some trends are impossible to keep up. They are impossible to redo the single stuff. But it's sometimes very dangerous. And there's so many events that happens that many people even like they lost their lives and they got really big injuries just because they follow a single trend. They want to get likes, they want to get famous. And that's the reality of the trends. They want the audience to gain likes and shares and comments to gain more fame. But in reality, it's like it consume your own mind, and then it's like it only actually affect your single daily activity as well. It's in your mental health as well, I think.
Yeah. Actually, everything has pros and cons, and as well as social medias. But if you use it wisely, then it will benefit you. But if you use it wrongly, then it will consume your whole life, and it will drag you down, and it will make you fall behind. Sometimes I just don't understand these people who made trends. I really have these questions like, how do they make trends like every day, every single day? Don't they have any other jobs to do? Do they only have like this one job to entertain us? Do they earn money from this? I have several questions about it, because whenever we scroll phone, we will see the people who are really same age like us, and they be doing all the trends and they be famous. They're already famous, but we're just nothing. And we start comparing ourselves with these people. And then we thought like we're not enough, like I'm not doing enough and I'm not. Because these people making you think that you're not enough, you also have to be famous, I think that mindset will always kick in these days because we all grew up inside these algorithms and these social medias, technologies is everywhere, wherever we touch. It's not just only about Gen Z, it's also about the age because it is developing, So Sometimes it's really scary. The social media platforms is quite dangerous.
The thing is that when you mention about the celebrities and influencers, they're posting their perfect life, posting their perfect body as well. They're posting what they're rich, like pretend like they're rich on social media, but in real life, they're not. They're actually not. They're trying to manipulate people's mind, make us think that we're not enough, that they're doing really good in life. They say, but actually they don't. Mostly they don't. Desperately wanting for attention and fame. That's how they get attention. That's how they get paid sometimes. Yeah, from a commercial or something. Maybe it's their job, right? But maybe sometimes, like for some people, actually not some, many people, social media is their full-time job. They don't have other job. Social media is their full-time job because they can earn money from social media as well. But the thing is that you need to do the good things for the community, for the human community. It's like not to make the other audience think that they're not enough, not to make them into depression or into negative impact. You gotta make the people to actually learn something, to get more knowledge sharing videos, to get more important information about something. That's how you grow your community. That's how you grow your channel as well, your page as well. That's how you should be. For many of the influencers online they're just doing random stuff. They're just showing off what the good stuff they have, what the good stuff, what they earn, how they live and like that. As an audience, it's like, sometimes it feels like we're not enough to be a human being. We're not even come close to that level before. Actually, they don't show what the reality behind those lives. They're just showing the fake scenarios into people's head.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very sad reality, but we all have our different lifestyles and we don't have to compare ourselves with the people from Facebook or from social medias, because that's not how life should be, because you own your life, so by using social media, somehow you're allowing the social media to control your life, and that's not correct, because, but I have also like one trick that I really want to share. If you're really addicted to social medias, or if you are, like addicted to those platforms, those influencers, then, just trying to be busy, busy in your own life, doing something, doing what you like, not social media, not using social media, just whatever you like hobbies, do your hobbies and, spend more time in real life, not social medias. And then you will start, keep busy on yourself. You will finally, let go of a little bit, using social media.
You can't even have time to compare them with themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I think that's a very good tips that I usually use when I start noticing that I'm getting addicted to social medias, and I just started finding some things that I need to keep myself busy. Be occupy your own self. So don't let the social media occupy you. But even though we're talking, but it's really not impossible, for us to completely not use social medias, because this is the platform that we can reach out, and this is the platform that we can work, and this is the platform where we can connect each other. So it's not impossible for us to just completely, ignore the social medias. That would be silly.
Yeah, probably. We can't permanently make the social media vanish. It's one of the most exciting tool and one of the most exciting platform for us to connect and to share our thoughts and opinions, our perspective to everyone in the world. It's a very important thing. And the things that, let's talk about some of the most trending platform in Myanmar, because we're from Myanmar. So in Myanmar, the most people use is like Facebook and TikTok. Now for the Facebook, I think the platform is mostly rely on what the people's posting, and then that's how they decide which platform is what it should be. For example, like if you want to find information, if you want to find some facts about, if you want to study something, if you want to learn something, you will go to YouTube, you will go to Google sometime, maybe you will go to Facebook sometime a little bit. There's so many classes on Facebook as well. And so in the TikTok, people don't usually go for that because they know that TikTok is not made for that, because the people made that. And TikTok is mostly like a digital marketing platform. They use content creator to constantly promoting their videos to audience to stick with their phone all the time. So it's like mostly digital marketing, yeah. For the YouTube, they do also digital marketing, but they mainly focus on users actually development. They can focus on user development, but for the other platforms, it's not that much like that. When you learn something, when you actually learn something, you gotta fact check as well. And TikTok, I think there's so many misinformation about on TikTok. For example, in COVID-19, it's like in 2024 about COVID-19 experience, they spread a lot of misinformation about the medicine and which leaf is good for COVID-19 pandemic. you can get cured by doing this single thing and doing this thing or something like that. But actually, it's not. It actually make you feel worse. Sometimes it can lead you like maybe in life and death situation because the people don't give time to actually fact check. It's very important to fact check to know the actual information. It's the right information or whether it's the wrong information. They need to know. They need to find that and before believing a single thing. It also depends on the channel, on the page that shares. If the page is trustable enough, you can trust a little bit, maybe. But most of the time, you gotta go and fact check on Google sometimes. But most of the time, if the page is trustable enough, you can trust it. But most of the pages in Myanmar are not very much trustable on TikTok. It's like they mostly spread misinformation. They mostly spread their own negative opinions about something. Mostly, it's about TikTok in Myanmar is known for blaming people. It's like they're always blaming each other all the time. It's like it always negative impact.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking about Myanmar, and I think in Myanmar, platforms are usually used for only online shop, like business. Mostly TikTok, yeah, of course. TikTok is mostly used for the business people who like to do the online shop, and that's more trendy. And then, about the fact check, about the information, I'd like to add one more thing about AI. In these days, AI is, very trendy in the world. So when you listen information, you have to check whether it is involved AI or not, because right now, it's not even sure that whether this one is real or whether it is fake or real, because AI is involving a lot in our life. And for the fact check, you really need to research for your own benefit, like do some research on Google or of course, sometimes you can also use AI to make a research paper, of course, even though whether it is trustable or not, like checking AI with an AI, that sounds funny. But if you can use it wisely, then AI can be also beneficial for you. For the people in Myanmar, these days, misinformation spreading like a virus, in Myanmar. So yeah, learn how to use AI wisely, without being controlled by AI or without being impact negative effect.
Mostly it's the old people. They can't distinguish whether it's not it's AI or not. They got mom show me a single video, which is like impossible for a normal human being to have. In a video, there was the baby just born with a freaking long ass hair. The hair is like double the size of his own body. It's like so long. Like, whoa, this looks strange. It's like impossible for the baby to have that kind of long hair. The hands are not in the natural movement, so I know it's the AI. For us, it's easy to distinguish whether it's AI or not. But for the old people, they can't because they're not very familiar to the technology very much. It's not their fault as well. We are very familiar with the technology, so we can distinguish is it AI or not. That's why we gotta tell the old people, the elder, our families, parents, elderly persons as well. We gotta tell them if it's actually AI or not before they actually believe in this information is real or not.
Yeah, it's very getting realistic. Sometimes even we as a youth really find difficulties to distinguish between AI and the reality because it looks so real. And sometimes you have to be very careful in details, whether this is lagging or whether this is a real person or real information. You have to really double check this information that you're looking. Sometimes even for us, it's very difficult to, make a fact check. So yeah. And then another one is like, there's one funny videos that I really like on every platform. It's very trendy also because it's made up with AI, cats videos, they're fat cats and there are so many versions of those cats trendy videos. That's very obvious. I think it's also very right use of AI because it's very entertaining to people, even though it makes no sense. Of course, it makes no sense, but you watch it because it's entertaining you. So when I'm bored, I really enjoy watching those kind of videos. I don't know, it kind of makes me feel relaxed. It's really relaxation videos.
And that's why you love your cat. No, you can watch so many cat videos. You love your cat.
At least cats are really, good animals. So I'm happy to be cat.
Cat.
Yeah, of course. You just have to sleep and, eat and that's it. You have no job to do. Who wouldn't want to be a cat? You have no job. It's really good to be a cat.
We'll discuss it very later. And then about the AI stuff, we're going to have to discuss about AI stuff in the next episode in details, of course, whether AI is potentially scary or is actually useful for humans or it can take over the world like in the movies.
See you next Friday night because it is not rocket science. Oh, wait, it actually is.
Stay tuned for more exciting topics and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.